No. All right. You gotta chill, okay? And don't be spitting up either, man. Why you gotta spit up now when I start the video? Chillax, man. Chillax, okay? All right, guys. As you can see, I'm live. All right. I'm only live on 2 places right now, but after the fact, like I promised you guys, I'm gonna start pre-recording videos, and then scheduling the videos to upload at a later time, so you guys can tune in when you guys are ready to tune in, right? So I'm probably gonna post this video to post on my YouTube channel, Uplift past Crossroads, and on my Facebook and LinkedIn page, Sean Christopher Jenkins, and on my X page, my Twitter page, Trouble Don't Last. I'm gonna post it to post on Thursday, like at 7 p.m. All right. So this video is relationship advice, right? Because I don't give enough of relationship advice, right? So I'm only streaming live right now on my Instagram page, Trouble Don't Last. So what's up, Trouble Don't Last people on there? And then what's up on my other Instagram page, my _Daily Bible. You guys are truly a blessing. So let's get to it today. So if you guys follow me on any of my social media platforms, so on my Twitter page, my Facebook and LinkedIn, my YouTube, whatever page you can think of, I post 4 times a day, right? So I always post a quote. So this is a quote that I posted on February 25th, 2025. So hopefully my son stays good on the video. He's 3 months old right now. And yeah, so we made an agreement. He said he wouldn't act up if we go live and do this video together. So hopefully he's good like this until the end of the video. But it's gonna be a shorter video anyways. So here goes the quote. I posted relationship proverb. If you get on the wrong train, get off at the nearest station. The longer it takes you to get off, the more expensive the return trip will be. I'm gonna read it again. So this is what the whole premise of today's video is about, this quote. So this is a quote of the day. If you go to my YouTube channel, Uplift Past Crossroads, that is a typo. Let's fix that. Yeah, if you go to my YouTube channel, Uplift Past Crossroads, you see I got a whole lot of playlists and a whole lot of videos. So this is our 547th video now. And one of my favorite playlists is quotes of the day or quote of the day. So this is when I go on social media. Well, this is where I just take a quote and I just break it down. So let's break down this quote real quick. So many people are in relationships that they shouldn't be in. They're in they're talking to people they shouldn't be talking to, and they let that last longer than what it needs to last. You got to understand in life, not everybody is meant for you. Not everybody deserves you. Not everybody will value you. I can keep on going, right? So you got to know when people don't need to have access to you. You got to know when you need to get off a ride. You got to know when the show is over, right? When it comes to certain people. So you got to know when to get off the wrong train, right? And so many times in life is a journey. It's a destination, right? We're traveling, we're going somewhere. God is taking us somewhere and trying to get us to a certain destination, right? And actually, not just a certain destination in life. The older you get, the more destinations and the more places you get to go to, hopefully, right? The more things you get to experience, from God, and get to the more dreams you have fulfilled. I can keep on going, man. Like, for me, for example, I've always dreamed of having a son. I always dreamed of being married, and I'm living in answered prayers right now. Just when it comes to that aspect, right? I dreamed of having my social media platforms the way that they are right now. I mean, like, I don't get the engagement in the likes like I used to get, but I mean, I know that's gonna come in due time. But that's beside the point. Like, we got to learn how to appreciate the journey while we're on it. But then also we got to know when the journey is over when it comes to certain people, even when it comes to certain places that we're at, like, at a certain job, in a certain field, in a certain career. I keep on going. Like, when it comes to playing a certain sport, like nothing lasts forever. So you got to know when you're on the wrong track. You got to know when you're on the wrong trip. You got to know when you're in the wrong relationship. So if you get on the wrong train, right, get off at the nearest station. Life is too short to spend it on people who really don't value your time. Like, life is too short to spend it on people who really don't love you and don't want what's best for you. And life is too short to be spending it on people who are toxic and who bring out the worst in you. Like you can experience God's peace, or you can experience bitterness, hatred, hostility. I can keep on going. Anything toxic, that all comes from the devil. Like if God's in it, it's gonna be peaceful. It's gonna be love. It's gonna be uh, it's gonna be just all good things, right? Everything's admirable. Everything's praiseworthy. Like you see what I'm saying? Like when it comes from God, everything good comes from God, right? So like only good things with that relationship will, you see what I'm saying? Like in that relationship, uh, only the best of the best things can come out of you. Babe, what are you playing? I'm live right now. Well, do better. My wife just got out of came from a dentist appointment. She left me as a single father to babysit my son, and it's really hard, right? Just in case you say you wanted a kid, just know it's a lot of work. Like I never would have imagined it was this much work. So be careful what you ask for. That's all I'm saying. But anyways, like let's go back to this quote of the day, right? So I posted this on February 25th, 2025 at 2:59 p.m. So relationship proverb: if you get on the wrong train, get off at the nearest station. The longer it takes you to get off, the more expensive the return trip will be. So like um yeah, I see so many people, they're in relationships longer than what they should be in that relationship for, and they're giving that person like their best, or they're just wasting like their youth on somebody that doesn't value their time, doesn't love them, doesn't appreciate them. I can keep on going, right? And life is too short to spend it on somebody like that when there's so many people who want what's best for you, when there's so many people who will love you, and the love will be mutual. You see what I'm saying? Like the same effort you give that person, that other person will give you back. Like life is, there's so many people around that God will, bless and give you, and put in your stead, put around you, that will like I was trying to say earlier before my wife came in, like they'll bring out the best in you. Like they'll draw you closer to God. Like they'll help you to see things about yourself and about God and about your calling and about where destination is next for you that you can't see without those people in your life. You see what I'm saying? So like when you're on the wrong train, when you're on in the wrong relationship, you need to get off as soon as possible, right? Like that time that you already wasted on that person, like you have given them enough time. You have done enough for that person. So now it's time to move on. So you need to know when it's time to move on. You need to know when it's time to get off a train and go on to another station to board another train, right? Because the longer it takes you to get off, the more expensive the return trip will be. The more expensive the return trip will be. You guys hear that? So like, man, you're costing yourself so much by spending time with that person. So stop spending more time with that person, because the most valuable thing you have in this life is your time. That's the most valuable thing. That's something you cannot get back. The time that you waste, you can't get that back. And I don't care how you waste it. You can waste your time in a lot of ways in this life. So no longer stop wasting your time, because the longer it takes you to get off, the harder it's going to be to get back to where you were. And actually, you can't ever go back to where you were in most cases, because nothing will ever be the same again. Like when you're in a relationship with somebody and you're dating somebody, they change you, right, for the better or for the worse. And sometimes people come out traumatized. They experience trauma in relationships, right? So yeah, so if you're dating somebody, if you're in a relationship with somebody, man, you got to know when it's time to call quits. Because if you don't call quits, oh, my son's about to go to sleep. If you don't call quits now, you're gonna wish you would have done it sooner. So, yeah, and that's the whole point of this quote. Like, I like the end of the quote. It says, "The more expensive the return trip will be." I'm gonna read it again, just in case anybody just now tuning in. But if you get on the wrong train and get off at the nearest station, I mean, if you get on the wrong train, get off at the nearest station. The longer it takes you to get off, the more expensive the return trip will be. Like when it comes to relationships, man, you can never return sometimes, like back to how like naive and how innocent you were before that relationship. You see what I'm saying? Like you come out scarred, right? You come out worse than what you were before. Like you come out knowing things about yourself and about that person that you wish you would have never known. Like that person brought up the worst in you. You see what I'm saying? So instead of playing more games with that person, like because you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. So instead of continually, you know, doing the same thing over and over again, which is insanity, right? Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. The same thing can happen with people. Like when a person shows you their cards and shows you who they are, believe them. Like their actions speak louder than their words. So no matter what they say, however they're acting is what they're really are trying to say and what they're really about. So if they're not ever showing you the love that, well, I like to call it mutual love. Like if they're not ever reciprocating the love back that you're giving out, especially for a man. Like if you're a woman and you're with a man, like if that man isn't overdoing the love that you're giving him, then you know it's time to leave. Because like that's what a man will do. A man sets the lead and they set the tone for a relationship. So if a man wants a relationship to work, oh my goodness, it's over with. Because that man, when they lead, like the whole relationship's dictated based on the tone that the man has set. Like men are, that's how powerful men are. Like that's how God created us. So like what the man does, a woman mimics kind of. They reflect back the love that the man gives out. So yeah, so instead of spending time on relationships that that aren't panning out, that you're gonna get the same results over and over again, like stop entertaining relationships that that are dead. Like they can't be revived again. They're dead. Like it's over with. So the longer it takes you to get off that train, get off that ride, get out of that relationship, the more expensive the return trip will be. Now think about that. The more expensive, like it costs you something to do any and everything in this life. Like I like what Jesus said. Jesus said, count the cost in the Bible. Like before you do anything, count the cost to build, count the cost for that task, count the cost for what you're about to partake in. Because if it's too expensive, you're not willing to pay it. If it's not going to pan out for you, like there's no point in doing it, right? So not everybody, not every relationship you get in is going to work out. And that's sad to say, but that's just the truth. Like not everybody you hang around and that you love will love you back. Like, and that's just life. Like, so you got to stop. If it's like that, guys, there's no point in spending more anything, time, energy, love, like on something that has cost you so much already, right? Life is too short. I'm gonna say that again. Like, your life is precious, man. Like, do you value your life? Do you value your time? Do you love yourself? Because if you do, you wouldn't spend it on certain people. You wouldn't spend your time, energy, and love on certain people that that will only take it for granted, right? And I'm only talking about with relationships, like when it comes to like dating and stuff like that. Like, and I would say this too, like just to put you guys on game. I need to tweet this too, but yeah, like I always tell people this, like how you marry resembles and shows like how much you love yourself. So if you're dating somebody that literally isn't worth a hill of beans, that doesn't love you, doesn't value you, like never spends time with you, but they say that they're your husband or girlfriend or boyfriend, like that's crazy to me. Like, because like if you love yourself, you wouldn't have put yourself in that situation, right? You would have chose, and that's hard to say because sometimes relationships turn out worse than what it was at the beginning because of life, and that's what I'm learning in marriage. Relationships and marriage. But let's talk about marriage. Marriage is 90% life, like all the things that life throws at you, like bills, money, working 9 to 5 for money, like it's just so much other things that you have to worry about in marriage than just you and yourself, like than you and your partner loving each other. Like that's easy. Like if nothing else in life you have to worry about, like if we didn't have to worry about that, like marriage would be easy. But it's the other things that make marriage hard, right? So you gotta have two people together that are willing to work together, that are willing to work things out, that are willing to fight for each other in spite of everything else going around them. So marriage is like 90% what's going on around you, and then 10%, both of y'all two. Like you see what I'm saying? Like, well, you and your husband. So yeah. Like, let's go back to this quote, man. You guys get it. I'm gonna keep this video short. My son actually went to sleep. It's crazy. But yeah, the quote of the day was this: like relationship proverb. If you get on the wrong train, get off at the nearest station. The longer it takes you to get out, the more expensive the return trip. And that's not even just for relationships. That's also for like a career path. A career path ain't for you. Like I mean, you work at McDonald's or something like that. Like get off that train, man. Figure it out. Like life is too short to spend it somewhere where you hate. And you know what? I should show you one of my favorite photos of all time on Instagram. But I know it's gonna take me a minute to find it. Like, so there's no point in me even looking for it, but I'm gonna try it anyways. But like, you're not a tree. Like, so God didn't make you to just stay in one place and stay stagnant all your life. Like, I mean, you were meant for so much more than wherever you are at right now. Like, life gets bigger than where you are at right now. Like, God can do way more than what he's doing right now or has ever done in your life right now. So like, you don't have to get stuck on a certain chapter that you're in right now in this life. Like, if you want to move, move. Like, you're not a tree. And then also you're not a bird. I mean, you're a bird, but basically. Like, one photo I'm trying to show you guys is, I hope I find it and I have it saved, because if I scroll all the way, I have like 2,000, well, I have like 4,000 or 5,000 photos on Instagram. So it's impossible for me to scroll on the screen on the laptop. But anyways, like, okay, so the photo is a guy. I'll just describe it. It's a guy. He's looking at a tree, and it's a bird in a tree. Okay, and this bird been in this tree in his backyard forever, and he's always asking himself, like, this bird can fly and be any and everywhere in life. Like, why doesn't he just go and fly somewhere? He doesn't have to stay here. Like, he's not a tree. And so the whole point is, he was saying that about the bird, but then he thought about himself. Like, I've been stuck here forever. Like, I don't have to stay in this place in life that I'm in. Like, I can move on. So same thing for you guys. Like, I know you love that person probably, you've been in a relationship with that person, but you can move. I mean, it's other people in the world. It's a lot of people in this world that will love you for you and will appreciate you for you, and who will give you everything you ever dreamed of. You see what I'm saying? Like, that person ain't everything. So it's okay to move on, right? So it's time. Like I titled today's video, it's time to end the relationship. So you just got to know when it's time to move on, guys. Like when it's time to go to a different destination. And that's life. That's what everything in life. You can't do everything forever. Nothing lasts. So like you just got to know when the time is up for certain things. Yeah. And here goes the quote that the guy, the photo I was talking about. So another place I got on my YouTube channel is, so my YouTube channel is Uplift past Crossroads. I'm also on any podcast platform you can think of. So if you like this video, make sure to like it. It will help with the engagement and help YouTube, if you like it on YouTube, to recommend more videos like this that I'm sharing with you. From any content creator, but especially from me, so you can see way more videos from me. All right, but I got one of my favorite playlists on my YouTube channel is Instagram posts explain, tweets explain, and Facebook statuses explain. So this is a playlist on my YouTube channel. And so yeah, this is when I take like an Instagram photo and I just break it down like on a video. So if I had to give you guys one, here goes one that I posted on August 17, 2013. So like I described, it's just a man looking at a bird in a tree, and this bird has never moved. And the guy said, I always wonder why birds stay in the same place when they can fly anywhere on earth. Then I asked myself the same question. So guys, you can love any and everybody, man. Like you can be in a relationship with any and everybody. Like, and I be thinking about that all the time, man. Like before I was married, like so me, like if I knew every single woman in the whole entire world, like I know I could find a lot of women that would mesh well with me. Like, and the marriage and relationship would be amazing. Right? You see what I'm saying? But like, yeah, you just don't need to limit yourself to to a toxic relationship that's not panning out. Like, cause you don't have to get stuck on this. You don't have to get stuck on that person. You don't have to get stuck in that circumstance. You have to lie to yourself and let the devil fill you with lies in your head saying that it doesn't get better than this. Like never settle for less. Because the minute you settle, you get less than what you settle for, right? So yeah, that's some of my relationship advice today, man. Like there's so much more to life, man. And God only gives good things. So and I would argue if you're not experiencing a good thing in your relationship or in your dating life and stuff like that, like whoever you're talking to right now, man, like I would argue it's not from God, man. Like move on. Because the minute it's from God, which I have experienced, like in my marriage, man, before we even got married, um, like everything just flowed with me and Maya. Like everything just was so perfect. Like we didn't have to force anything, we didn't have to rush anything. It was just God in it, and everything just went easy and flowed. Like it wasn't nothing had to be coerced or anything between us two. So, and the same can be said for you, man. Like whatever you're looking for in love, like whatever you want to experience, like it can be yours, man. But it takes you moving on. So I'll keep this video short, man. So for our video today, we just did some relationship advice. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And it was the quote of the day that I tweeted on February 25th, 2025 at 2:59 p.m. And the quote says, relationship proverb, if you get on the wrong train, get off at the nearest station. The longer it takes you to get off, the more expensive the return trip. So I pray you guys enjoyed this. If you did, you already know the drill, man. I got the best social media platforms ever. So first thing first, man, make sure to like this video and share it with anybody you think is going to benefit. Share this ministry with anybody you think will love it and that needs to hear the word of God. Because here at Uplift past Crossroads, this is where we give you motivation and inspiration through whatever adversity and sufferings and trials that you're experiencing. We tend to use the word of God to do that. But today was more of a motivational and inspirational video giving you relationship and dating advice. But don't get it twisted. I love God and the Bible, man. So that's what I mostly talk about at Uplift past Crossroads and what we mostly talk about. Because it's not just my page, right? And I'm also on any podcast platform you could think of. Facebook and LinkedIn page, Sean Christopher Jenkins, my Twitter, X page, Snap, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, Trouble Don't Last, my other Instagram page, my_day_Bible, my Tumblr page, Trouble Don't Last #1. And this is our 547th video. All right, Instagram post explain. If you want way more content of me just breaking down photos of the day or something like that, or breaking down my tweets and Facebook statuses, check out this playlist. Right, my other playlist you can check out that's tailored towards this video is quotes of the day. Another playlist you can, if you want way more of, and to see way more of, is relationship advice, dating advice, and then marriage advice. So those are all the playlists that you can go to get your feel of what we just talked about. Let me make sure I said all the playlists that you need. Yeah, that's pretty much it. This is for my other video. I'm about to go live again, but all right, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this, man. So today's title of today's video was "It's time to end the relationship." Right. So if that's you, man, you've been on that train for too long, you've been in that relationship for too long, and you know where it ends, and you're on the wrong trip, you're in the wrong station. All right, it's time for you to get off, man. Like you love yourself enough to move on, man. Stop loving that person more than you love you. You deserve way more, man. That's today's video. All right, talk to you guys later. Peace out. I'm about to go live again, so get ready. The next one is about to be crazy. All Bible stuff. So get ready. All right, peace.